Hi, good morning. Well, for us,
Good
not for
afternoon.
y'all. Yeah,
Yeah.
good afternoon for y'all. Welcome to the third episode of the Golden Gals podcast. I'm your co-host Samantha,
And I'm your other co-host, Faith Berger.
and today we are going to dive into the world of dating.
Yeah, but first we're gonna do a new segment. It's gonna be called the Golden Scale. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna rate our week from 0 to 10. 10 being sparkles and rainbows, and then 0 being doggy doo doo shit. So
Right.
yeah, literally, like, I don't know, like the worst thing, like diarrhea and throwing up at the same time. That's like 0. Yeah. So rate me your week, Samantha. Like, tell me what's good, what happened. Did some good things happen? Some bad things? Did you get some tea? Like, what's up?
I would rate it like a 7. I would say it wasn't like great. I mean, it was good. It was a good week. But nothing, it wasn't low enough to be like a bad week.
Yeah.
Uh, I just worked. I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm.
Nothing really exciting happened in the ER. It was very slow, very like dragging. It's one patient checked out, and we would just have like two more patients check in their place. So it was just very slow. Monday, I did go get a pedicure, and
Ooh.
then
What
let's
colors
see,
did you get?
I got like this like pink color.
Ooh.
I
Hot
was
pink or
feeling
like baby pink?
no, like baby pink.
Oh, okay, work.
And then Friday we went to Port Arthur. We had some errands to run. We switched over our phone carrier from Verizon to T-Mobile because it was significantly cheaper.
Ah,
Um,
okay. Work.
and then yesterday I cleaned the house.
Nice.
Oh, I got some new fall clothes in.
Oh yeah, yeah. You did your haul the other day.
I
Y'all gotta
did.
follow her TikTok. She does hauls and stuff. I
Yeah,
literally sat down. I was on the couch and I was watching it, and I was like, "Work."
work.
I was like literally sitting there
Oh
watching
my
it.
God, I was like sweating. I literally brought the fan and like stood it on the bed so it was like hitting me because I was like fall clothes but not fall weather. Like,
Yeah, not well. We're gonna get that front. I think it's supposed to get cold tomorrow or like tonight, actually.
oh, well, I mean, I've been waiting for it, so.
Yeah. Well, I saw that the it's gonna drop to like the 60s like later this afternoon, and then by tomorrow it should be like a high
Yeah.
of like really fucking cold, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
work, work.
And we got new internet, so
Thank God.
yeah.
Woo! Thank
So
God. Y'all
hopefully
needed it.
that is like good.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like okay, listen, when we do this scale thing, I feel like it's gonna be very rarely that I'm gonna say it's a 10. Like, I just don't think it's ever gonna be like a 10 because I
My
just feel like there's so much
week
shit.
is gonna be a 10.
Oh, okay, work. Um, so I would say that my week, I don't know what I would rate it. I'd probably rate it like a 6, maybe like a 5.5 to a 6. Because, like,
Solid.
okay, yeah, so here's the deal. My breeds class, we all failed that test horribly, horribly. Yeah, like, he was like, oh, this is known to be like the test, like the hardest one. And so the average this year was a lot lower than normal. But, anyway, it was horrible. But in the same day, I got my ring wraps. Yo, look at that shit. Aren't they pretty?
Bling bling.
Woo.
Oh, I forgot to put my ring on today. Oh well, it's fine.
I need to get a jewelry cleaner. I'm gonna make it on the list for gifts. So yeah, and then I hung out with some people this week. It was fun. And then me and Rad painted our pumpkins yesterday. They're not very cute. That Radley's is the green one, and then mine's the red one, but I have like like little witches on there, like some spiders. Yeah, some
This looks like
vibes.
a face. Looks like some
Yeah.
kind of face.
Yeah. But we had a really good day yesterday. Like, we were just chilling at the house. I got done with work. I did 4 dogs, and I did a bunch of nail trims. So it was a good day at work, and then I came home. We were just chilling. We went to a barbecue place to eat. Where did we go after that? We went to the cigar lounge. I was like, ugh, it stunk in there. I was like, ew.
I
I
hate
immediately,
cigars.
yeah, as soon as we walked in, I was like, oh, I put my hair up so fast, bitch, because like smoke, like cigarette
Yeah.
smoke or even like fire smoke, like it just my hair, it will
Oh
stay
yeah.
in it for like days, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. Um, but yeah, and I didn't have much homework this week. I've been getting a lot of fucking sleep, bitch. Like I got so much sleep. My back's been feeling okay. So yeah, six. I would say 6.5. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it was good.
We
Good
got a
week.
6.5 and we got a 7. That's good. Those are solid
Yeah.
numbers. Solid
Mm-hmm.
numbers.
Woo.
Dating. Modern dating.
I love how we're going into this, but like we're in long term relationships. Like yours is what, 4 years almost?
Yeah, 4 years on
Mine's almost
December.
3 years. Yeah.
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 But
We're like dating, but we haven't been
yeah,
dating in like. I mean, we're
no.
dating people, but like it's a long term relationship. It's not the same.
Like me personally, I never did like online dating or like any dating
Wow, you
apps
never used.
because
Oh.
because we got together in high school. So it's there was never the
Mhm.
need to. I mean, I didn't even use them in high school.
I have used Tinder. I have Tinder was my main one, and then I used Bumble for a little bit, but I didn't really like Bumble. And then after that, like I just deleted them. So like I didn't go through the trouble of deleting the profile. I just deleted the whole app. I
Yeah.
was like, um, but it was weird, bitch. Like I've been on some weird Tinder dates. I've been on some good ones. It's just like.
What was your worst Tinder date?
Okay, this is horrible. Like I feel bad if my parents are watching this, but there's this one guy that was on Tinder and we were like texting or whatever, and then I gave him my Snapchat. I really don't like remember exactly,
Okay.
but it was when I was in Bryan. It was when I lived in no, College Station. This was before Rad, like right after my ex or whatever I broke up with him. And so this guy, I told him to come over as if he's not, a random man that could have chopped me up into pieces, like whatever. He came over, he was acting like a fucking weirdo. Like, I don't know. Not like scary weird, just weird, you know? And
Yeah.
like, listen, I'm weird and I like weird, but he was just like a fuck boy kind of weird. And he kissed me and I was like, ew. So as soon as he left, as soon as he was gone, I ghosted his ass. I was like, oh no. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. No. No, no,
That's what I did with your
no.
friend from Hot
Who?
Island. God, what was his name?
What do you look like?
Um, he was super tall.
Zen?
Yes. Oh my God.
I love Zen.
Sorry if you're watching this, but it was just like I literally had my mom call me and tell me that I had to get home because like something happened in the middle of our date because I did not want to be there anymore.
Listen, Zen is a great person, but he's just not everybody's cup of tea. Like, he's
I was
just.
like, it was just so awkward, and I was just like, no, 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 no.
I forgot that you even went on a date with him. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was my like freshman year. It
Oh,
was
fresh.
like,
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe sophomore year. I don't know. No, it was okay. It was sometime before Bradley, but it was so bad, Faith. Like when I tell you, I have never ever called my mom for something like that. But I literally texted her. I was like, "You need to get me out of this
Oh.
right now. Like I'm not having fun."
Peppa said, I got you, baby. I got you. That's so
And
funny.
she's loud on the phone, so even if it's like barely in volume, you're still gonna hear her from the other end. And
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, I'm like, oh my God, like we have to go. Like they
You're
have to.
horrible. You're
I was
horrible.
like, they have to leave and they have to go somewhere. And like Damien can't stay home by himself. And like their thing is, she told me it was more important, and I didn't have a choice.
Oh my god.
But I was
Period.
just like, I'm sorry. And then, oh God, it was just so bad. And then afterward, he like texted me, and I didn't text him back for like days. I'm an awful person for that. But I didn't text him back for like days. And then I finally texted him. I was like, yeah, this is not going to work out. Like,
Well, at least you had the decency. I didn't even text that guy back. I just kept leaving him on red. I was like, fuck you. I don't care. But I didn't know him like that. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just. you know, and like with Tinder dates and stuff, it's just like they immediately think it's for sex and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Like you, Panda, what are you doing? Sorry, he's like sniffing something. Anyway, yeah, it's just kind of weird, but I I dated this one guy. I found this one guy on Tinder when I lived in Brenham and I was going to Blinn and Brenham. Oh, he was so sweet. He was tall, like okay guy, but we met at an ice cream shop because I was like, back then I was smarter. I was
Yeah.
smarter, and I was like, okay, let's meet at an ice cream shop, like whatever.
Public
We
place.
did, yeah, we did. We had some ice cream. Like he was really sweet, and it's weird now because he's like from like Beaumont area. Um,
What's his name?
Chase Mathis.
No. No idea.
He's I don't know if you're on like Hunter Garen's like private story and stuff, but he's in a lot
Nah.
of like Hunter stuff. Okay, well, he was a really sweet guy. Like we went, so he went to Blinn, I went to Blinn, and so we dated for a little bit, like not like in a relationship, but also like not in a relationship. I don't know. It was weird. Okay,
A
I would like
situationship.
yeah, I would like hang out with him, but he didn't have a lot of time. And funny story, bitch. Funny story. So dating this guy, right? Like whatever. Well, and I was talking to him, like chatting with him, and I went with D to the store, like I don't know where the fuck we went. It was somewhere, like HEB or something. There was a girl working, and he had told me he had gotten out of a relationship with this girl, and she had a really weird name. It was like I don't even know. It was weird. And I'm like, okay, what are the chances we go to her fucking cash register? Like, we're putting our stuff up there. I look at her name tag and I'm like, no fucking way. It was her. It was her. They were in a very long term relationship too. And I was like, turns out D had a class with her too.
Oh.
Talk about
So
awkward, bitch.
I would have been like, hey, I'm gonna go to the car.
I know. I was like, ugh. And she was really pretty too. She's very pretty. But I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, whatever.
I don't think I had. Oh no, I did like sophomore. Yeah, sophomore year after my relationship, I had another date with this guy from Winnie, and it wasn't bad, but it was just like he was also weird. It was a weird vibe. So
Yeah.
I was like, so I kind of just like weaned myself out of that situation as well. But it was just like no. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but like no date was as good as Bradley and like I's date.
Oh no, that's not. I mean,
And
like,
it's just
yeah,
like they were all like going into our date, it wasn't even awkward or like anything like that. And I mean, we didn't really know each other. We just had like classes together through the years. Those other dates, bitch, it was so fucking awkward. And it
I
was
know.
just like you were trying to force something that wasn't there. With me and Bradley, it was just like
Yeah, instantly. Yeah.
cosmic.
No, I think that that's a lot of like. I think that that's a big problem that I had with dating too. Was like, you would find somebody on Tinder. And then you would think about what kind of personality they had. Like you're already
Yeah.
building like an image in your head. And then you meet them in person and they're like the complete opposite of what you thought that they were. And then it's like, and then you're kind of acting funky. I was like acting funky. Like I was just, I don't know. Like I wasn't being myself, is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. I was trying to like conform
Uncomfortable.
myself. Yeah, but like trying to conform myself into what the boys wanted me to be.
Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
make sense? Like
Yeah.
whatever they wanted, I was willing to like, I'm a contortionist, bitch. I can do that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But with Rad, it was like so organic because I had no intentions of anything with him. I mean, I had just met him and I was like, hi, like whatever. I'm just here. I'm chilling. Like
Yeah.
whatever. And then but it was like a friendship to a relationship kind of thing. So
Yeah.
hang on, sorry, I gotta grab my water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've just had some weird dating experiences. And it's just like I just don't like to meet people online, like in general.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it.
I don't think I would have thrived on the online dating world.
No, because I just I don't know. You just never know what you're gonna get, and it's just really sketchy too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just like, and like both the dates, you kind of set me up with the first one, and then Madison Caprita set me up with the second one because she had posted me on his store, like on her story, and he like slid up on it, and then she kind of like gave him my information, and then after that we went on the date. But I mean, it was just like, if I mean, those weren't even internet dates, and they were shit. So like, imagine
Yeah.
an internet date.
Yeah,
Like,
gross.
it probably would have been shit too. But
Hmm.
luckily, I don't have to fucking deal with all that.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like being in a long-term relationship. I mean, this is the longest relationship I've ever had. The longest before Radley was like not even a year. It was like 11
Oh
months.
shit.
Yeah, that was when I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah, my relationship prior to this was like 3 months. So
Yeah, and I think like for a long time I've struggled with commitment a lot. Like,
yeah,
and I don't really know why, because I always knew, I was like, I have so much love to give. Like, I'm willing to be married. Like, I want to find my person. But it was just always kind of like these men that I was finding, and these men that I would be like boys that I'd be like in relationships with or dating.
yeah,
It'd always be like, I don't want to commit to you because I know you're not it. Like, I know
yeah.
you're not it.
Like, why
And I
waste
was
your
like,
time?
yeah, yeah. And then so after after I broke up with Bo, I remember being like, in my head, I remember being like, okay, Faith, listen, like we're on a self-love journey. We're all about ourselves. This
Yeah,
is me time, but also like don't be in a relationship unless you're sure of who that, if you want to build a future with that person, if you think that he's it, then be in a relationship. But if you don't, like be single for 4 years, be single for 5 years, 6 years, however long
yeah.
it takes. Like I was willing, okay, and I committed to myself. And sure enough, Radley came out of nowhere, and I'm like, not even 2
Ah,
months ago I made that fucking pact to myself. And look at you coming up in here. Like you own this bitch, which he
baby.
does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no period. I mean, we were at like dinner last night, and we are sitting there, we're talking, and um, I'm like, we're like, where's our food? Like, what's going on? Like, blah blah blah. He's like, we're having a great conversation, and I'm like, yeah, we are. We're just talking about a bunch of shit, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's like we
love
really
it.
don't care. I mean, unless it's like a shit, like 30 minutes or something, like waiting to get our food, we don't give a shit because we just like gossip the whole time. But I feel like, back to what you were saying, how you wanted to get into a relationship
Mm-hmm.
knowing like that was gonna be it. That's what I don't understand with like all these couples who like have been together over 2, 3, like over that amount of years, who are still like, why hasn't he proposed? All that stuff. Like the ultimatum. I was watching the
Yeah.
ultimatum, and I was like, if you don't want to fucking marry her or like marry him, tell him, because then
Yeah.
you're just wasting your time.
Well, exactly. And like, I remember you telling me like after your first date with Brad, you were like, "Yeah, that's it. That's him." And I
Yeah,
remember there was like a specific time. So I made the move on Rad, and then I left like the next day to go to San
yeah,
Antonio with Dad and Hannah. And I remember me and him were like Snapchatting about something, and I just like I sat there and I was like, "Yeah, this is it. This is it."
yeah.
And I was
Like,
like, "Gonna
like
marry
that.
him."
I know it sounds
Yeah.
corny, like, oh, when you know, but like you fucking do. It's just something about it.
Yeah, and like I mean, look at you. You're engaged almost 4 years later. You're about to get married. Me, I mean, we've been together almost 3 years, and like I'm
Yeah.
waiting for, there's
Wait
so
until
much
after
pressure.
school and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, all of my friends are getting engaged. I mean, I just went to an engagement party on Friday. Like
Yeah.
you know, and that was anyway. It was fine. It was just like I don't know. I don't know a lot of those people. Anyway, and I just feel like a lot of our friends are getting engaged or married, and it's just a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on Rad. And I'm like, you do it whenever you want to do it, and I will be here and I will say yes. So, and
Yeah.
I'm also not in a rush, and I don't want to plan a wedding. Like, I'm gonna hire you to plan it because, like, bitch, I don't want to plan it. I don't
Yeah.
like, you know, I don't know. like,
No, I
like I
get
don't
it.
know, and then I feel like we're also like on a time clock. Like I mean, I'm only 22, he's only 21. Like he's about
Yeah.
to be 22 now. I'm about to be 23, but you know, I I don't know.
Yeah, like that's the thing too, like even with us, even though we're getting married, we have like we still have that pressure of, okay, well, when are you gonna have kids? And we're like, we really don't. Like,
Yeah, want to.
we've literally talked about it so many times, and it always comes to the conclusion of we don't. Like, if it
Yeah,
happens after we're married, okay, great, like, we're having a baby, but, like, we're not physically gonna, like, I mean, we're not gonna, like, try
force
to
it.
prevent it, but we're also not gonna be like, oh my God, like, we have to try right now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
on my peak ovulation day, like, we need to try to have a baby. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of our people in our lives like can't grasp that fact that like we may really not have kids, and if we do, it's not going to be for a while. Like,
Yeah.
why why can't we be married and like just be in marriage before we pop in like other humans into the equation that are a shit ton of work? Like, yeah, I get that you'll
That's
help us,
facts.
but like this isn't on you. Like, this
This
is
is
gonna take a major toll on like us. So
Well,
like
yeah.
your
And
input
also,
doesn't
like a
fucking
baby,
matter.
yeah, and also like a kid, that's a lifelong commitment.
Yeah.
Even when they're 18 and they move out or whatever the fuck, you're still going to be worrying about them all the time. They're still going to be your responsibility. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. It's a lot of commitment and like bitch, y'all just need to stay married for a little bit. I don't know why people like put this pressure on relationships. Like I think that that's what really I don't know, fucks with our heads and stuff is like it's not us in the relationship, it's other people that are around it that
Yeah.
are putting the pressure on. And
And
that's
I
why
also
I don't know.
I
Good.
feel like social media plays a huge part in that too, because like you see all these other couples and you're like, oh, well, we're, XYZ, but like they've already done this, that, and more.
The other.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like a lot of couples like compare, and it's like, well, why can't we be like this? Or like, what are we not doing to be able to be like this successful or like something like that? And like we personally, we don't like compare ourselves to any couple on social media because I mean, we built
Yeah,
a
we
house
don't
our
either.
senior year. Like, we have good jobs. We have brand new vehicles. Like, we feel like personally, like, we're doing a hell of a good job for like how old we are, and like no help from our parents. I mean, like, the house was, we got help, but other than that, like, we're doing pretty damn good. And like, we don't need to go on social media and be like, oh my God, this couple has, a $600,000 house at
Yeah.
27 years old. Like, that's just insane to me. And it's just like, I could not be us. Like, I want to live in our little house for as long as we can without any
Yeah.
babies. Like, we built this house perfect for us, so why would we not stay in it for as long as we can?
Well, yeah, and like you said with the social media stuff, like I don't even think about that. Honestly, I don't even think about like getting on social media and comparing my relationship at all. Like I just look at the pictures and I'm like, "Oh, these are so cute," or "Oh, I would love to do like that kind of pose or like this or that or the other."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know cuz I just feel like everybody's relationship is different. And a
Yeah.
lot of the times like I don't know. I feel like the relationships that I have seen from afar, and then like um, I don't know. They're not as cracked up as they. Wait, I don't know how to say that. They're just not what you think it is. It's
Yeah.
different behind closed doors. It's like they close a curtain. But like
Yeah.
with me and Rad, like what you see is what you get, and that's like with you
Yeah.
and Bradley. It's like what you see is what you get.
And then social media, I feel like, is like, I always see things where it's like, why are relationships, like, why do you not see high school sweethearts like with 60-year marriage, or like relationships that have like been together for like 40 plus years anymore? And I feel like social media is like a huge thing in that, because you have that, well, the grass is greener on the other
On the other
side,
side, yeah, it
like
always is.
like literally at the tip of your fingertips you can, you know, find, because there's always someone like out there that could be better. But like, if you love your spouse, then like there's nobody out there. So
No,
if you're
yeah, no,
like,
not
if
at
you're
all.
already like looking for like something better, or if you're like, oh, like, what if there was someone out there that was better than me, or like better than like them, then clearly you need to like take a step and look back, like in your relationship, because that's like a deeper thing. But I feel like since technology has got to how it is, and you can literally hook up with somebody at the on your phone, like I feel like that's why a lot of relationships aren't successful.
Yeah, and I also just feel like we're just getting to this point where we can't even have like social interactions really like um people who grew up on phones, it's really
Yeah.
hard to interact with a stranger. Or I have been, before Rad and all that, like I've been to bars before. No man has come up and hit on me. I did not get asked to dance. Like me and Austin and like Milo and like Cody and all them, we used to go to the country dancing clubs, and like we would go and dance and dance and dance. Like I would dance with Austin, I danced with all kinds of people, but no men ever came up to me and were like, "Hey, do you want to dance? Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" And so, I just feel like already like social media is already taking a like making us take a turn because we don't know how to
Yeah.
interact anymore. Like, and that's just a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah. And then I feel like it doesn't help either
Slowly get
that you have like all that stuff at your fingertips,
yeah
especially when
to
things get
compare to
hard.
yes.
Because I feel like that's another thing is people give up. Like you have
Mm-hmm.
to realize that a relationship is something you work on every single day. Like every day is not perfect. Every
Mm-mm.
day, like it's there's gonna be a day that's shittier than the rest of them. But like you have to wake up every day and choose your person
Yeah.
and
Right.
be like, this is like the person I want to live life with, and then go from there. It's not like the the day is the same every day just because you're in a relationship. That's not how it works. But I feel like a lot of people don't try, and it's like as soon as they hit like a bad spot, they're like, oh well, like this is it then.
I know that's crazy to me. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Because, well, now that we're in like really committed relationships, I mean, you think about how many days there are in a year, 365, and like pretty much every single day we are waking up to that person every single day, coming home to them every single day. And I don't know, that's like such a deep level of like commitment. And what's good about it though is that it's not just like a fiance or a boyfriend or a husband. Like it's your best friend, it's your rock. Like they're the
Yeah.
person, like if I was in a scary situation, Rad would be the first person that I called. Like I wouldn't even think about it. If I was like in an accident or something, I would be like, call Radley. Like
Oh yeah.
I know his number off the top of my head. I'm like I would call him first versus like my parents. But I think that that's just a big stepping stone for me because I'm like, we're not married. We're just boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm like, no, that's my rock. That's,
Yeah.
that's the person. Like, you need to call him because he would be the one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. My protector, my lover, just like all the things.
Yeah.
Like, and I
Same.
just fucking love that man. I just love him so much. I just can't, I don't know. Like, every time, like, like you can find other people attractive and stuff, but I'm like, dude, you got nothing on Radley, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this
Well, this is
man sees me farting, you know, he sees me when I wake up and I look like a little bitch bag. He sees me when I'm bloated and I'm
yeah,
constipated.
in the rawest form of yourself.
Yeah, like literally in the
And
worst form.
still chooses to love you. Like that's the thing. Like you just have
Period.
to choose. You have to be willing to choose your person and work every day. Like this isn't something that you can just coast through and have 6 years of marriage. Like you
Yeah.
have to you have to you have to work. But I will say that I was watching I think it was the ultimatum. I was watching the ultimatum. I
I
will
hate these
say
shows, but go ahead.
Nick and what's the wife's name? Nick and the
I don't.
Lachey's, whatever.
Oh, the Lachey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Okay, okay.
host. I feel like they've stepped it up from last Love is Blind season because I hated them last Love is Blind season. But on the ultimatum, they were talking about like marriage counseling or something, and she like just broke down in tears, and she was like, "It's not like don't do it." It brought up things that shouldn't have been brought up, like just from, like counseling and stuff. And she's like, it almost ruined us because it resurfaced so many different things, not even like that we went in there for. It brought up things that apparently we did wrong and we shouldn't have done that. And so it was just like shots after shots of like just things happening, and it was the worst decision we probably ever made. But I mean, we fought through it, and we're like still together to this day. But I was just like, damn. But I could see that like they're gonna go in and they're gonna dissect every single thing that you've done. You know, like that's their
Yeah.
job. So I was like, no thanks.
Yeah, but also, like, could it have really been that? Like, what did they do? What did they
I
do,
don't know, dog.
bitch? Like,
I
I'm
don't
thinking,
know.
like, because I
But
ain't
I
never
was just
cheated.
like,
I ain't never fucking done any of that shit. I'm like, I don't
so
know.
I was
And
just
I
like,
just,
okay.
why would you, okay, listen, maybe you need to go to counseling because you're having fights or you're like, I would
Yeah.
say go
Which,
to
you know,
counseling when you can't
yeah.
recover the relationship.
Yeah. Like, if you can do it on your own, okay. But, I mean,
Yeah.
if not, like, maybe you should look into it. But, I mean, I don't, what's the right word to word this? Like, I don't judge people who go to therapy. Like, I went to therapy when I was young.
Oh,
But
yeah, no,
it's
I'd
just
love to go
like,
to
if,
therapy.
like, don't do it because, like, you feel pressure to, like, have something fixed. Like, fix it yourself first, and then.
Yeah, I would just go to therapy to be like to fix the things that I can't reach and I don't know about, habits
Yeah.
that I have that they could pick out that I would be like, "Oh, yeah, that's from
That might have been
trauma."
what the Lachey was talking about, like shit like that.
Well, I don't know. I'm like, I just don't think that relationships are that hard. But if you're with the wrong person, it's extremely hard.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like with me and Rad, it doesn't even feel like it's been almost 3 years. Do you know what I
Oh
mean? Like
yeah.
I just feel like I'm in this
Literally,
weird like where I thought we met yesterday, but then I'm like also I feel like we've been together for 10 years. Like I don't know. It's a
that's
weird
that's how
thing.
weird. Well, actually now it's more like we know that we've been together for so long. Well, so long. But it's like it feels like forever. Like it feels like so it doesn't feel like just 4 years cuz like if you look at 4 years on a time just like scale calendar, it's not that long. But
I
like you
don't know
said
what 4 years is.
every day it's like if you just put those 365 days
65
together, it's
days
like,
times
ooh,
4. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
yeah,
fucking shit ton. And also 4 years is how long it takes to get a college degree, how long it takes to get a high school degree. Well, for most people. But whatever.
yeah.
Not most, but the some. Uh
Oh goodness.
yeah,
But
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
just,
I love. Like I love relationships. I
oh, I
love
do too.
but I also love too when my friends are single and they're like, "Ooh, let me show you these profiles." And I'm like, "Yes. Give it to me. Give it to
When
me."
I was friends with Haley, we were at Olive Garden, and she was on Tinder, and my mom got her phone. She's like, "Let me swipe." And every profile, she'd be
God.
like, "Why the hell does it look like this? Like, what is his profile?" Or she'll read the bio, and she'd be like, "Why the hell would you put that in there?" It was the funniest fucking thing ever. And then one
I love
day,
pedals.
I took her phone, and me and Brad swiped for her, and we're like, "Oh no, we don't think you would look good with this guy. Like, reject, or we don't, or this might be a good
Mm,
fit. Like, we'll swipe right, you know."
bitch.
But
Yeah.
other than that, like, it's just I feel like I would have crashed and burned in the online dating scene.
Yeah, probably. I just don't see you like doing that and having
Like,
fun with it cuz I
I don't
just feel like
understand how I don't like. Oh, one night stands to me are wild because it's just like, I don't think I could do it.
I've tried and it's not good. Like if I don't have feelings for that person, then like it's not going to work. It's
Yeah.
horrible. It's horrible. Don't, yeah, no, it's horrible. Be glad you didn't ever have to experience that. Oh, but when me and Rad were first friends, though, he was looking through my Tinder and I was looking through his profile. Like, we were looking at each other's profiles, and I'm like, this man's Tinder profile does not look like him. And then I'm like, what the fuck are these bitches? These bitches are so ugly. I was like, Bradley, what are you doing? Like, this is when we were just friends, though, and I didn't have
Yeah.
feelings yet. And I was like, I don't know what he's doing. One time though, he told me though one time that he had like swiped right on this tall ass girl from like tech or something, and he like lived in College Station with Nolan and Lawson, and he was doing like courses through tech. He said that she was coming into town, And he was like, I didn't even text her back. I ghosted her ass. And she was like 6 foot. I'm like, Radley, what are you doing with a 6 foot ass bitch? He was like, I don't know.
Jesus.
He was like, I ghosted her though. I was like, you're crazy.
That's insane. Oh my god. It's fucking crazy. Oh god. But it's just
Mhm.
like I couldn't do it. I don't think I could. I'm so
Yeah.
content.
Oh, and then all of these like dating shows. Oh, me too, bitch. Like I could not. I don't want to be with anybody else. Like, and it would give me like, I don't know. I would be so, dude. If Radley ever broke up with me, I think I'd die of heartbreak. Like truly. But anyway, that's a sensitive subject. Not really. It's just that I would like die. I would just be dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, these fucking dating shows, dude. Yeah. So I was watching Too Hot to Handle last night, and it's like, okay, listen. These people. So I didn't realize how it worked. I thought that they knew that they were on Too Hot to Handle. They don't. They sign on to Pleasure Island or whatever, thinking they're gonna get to fuck a bunch of people. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. These people are crazy. Like, I guess when you're hot like that, you just like go on these shows for like clout, and then you can also get some dick or some puss at the same time. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's
Yeah.
the dig with that. Like, I don't get it. But these people, Sammy, they're stupid. They spend okay. So the pot was at $200,000, right? I'm on season 3, by the way, and
I've watched them all.
yeah, these bitches over here spent all the freaking money. Like, how can you not restrain yourself from kissing somebody? Like, for money, $6,000 on the line? Are you crazy?
No kiss is worth $6,000.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No. I would be like, Radley, I would duct tape his lips. I'd be like, no. Don't even try it. We got to get this fucking money, bitch. Like, I'm trying
And I
to get
feel like
this money.
it's so selfish of them when they do that shit because you're killing the pot for everybody else. Like, just so you could get your lips smacked. Like,
bitch, I know. And for what? Like, then you're just gonna be horny after. It's like, why did you even do that? You just screwed
literally, are
yourself.
you gonna fuck them and spend the $12,000? Actually, I think it's more than that. But it's just
Oh,
insane, bro. And
insane. Go ahead.
I've been watching Perfect Match on Netflix too. It's like it's one of the Lachey's like shows or whatever, and they pull people from like all these different shows. So they have people from Too Hot to Handle,
Love is
The
Blind.
Circle, yeah, Love is Blind, The Mole, which I've never even fucking heard of.
I've heard of that.
And they like put them all together. Well, this one guy from Too Hot to Handle, his name is Chase. He's like light skinned. He's on there.
A dick.
Yeah, well, he's on the fucking show for the wrong reasons. I'm telling you, he just went on the show to get more clout because he had a date, told the girl he really felt good about himself, and then went and picked a girl for him to go on a date with, and then he screwed her over, and then he got screwed over in the end and got sent home last night. But I was like, dude, you in the show for the wrong reasons, and they fucking noticed.
Yeah, and what's that other one where like Love Island or something? Or no. I can't fucking remember.
I think it is Love Island. Yeah.
I get
They have the USA one, and then they have the Australian one.
And then they go up to the room, like you have to pick the person to match with, and then you have to like do the couple challenges and like whatever, right? And then you get deemed like the perfect couple and whatnot. Yeah, he was on that.
Match.
Okay, he was on that, and it was gross. And I was like, "You're nasty." Like, I just don't like him. He's like not even that cute, and I'm like, "You're a dick." Like,
Love is Blind. I mean, not Love Blind. Love Island is the one. Remember when I sent you like it was a year? It was when we weren't talking, but I sent you the screenshots of the one girl that was on there, and I was like, dude, this looks exactly like you.
No, I don't remember.
The one girl. It literally, she looked exactly like you. I was like, oh my god.
So sweet. I know, I don't remember. But regardless, like these shows, like these bitches, like on Too Hot to Handle, I'm like, y'all are really that stupid. Like, not even like I was just thinking, like, okay, these people can't be that dumb. Like, yeah, they're extremely attractive, but like, yeah, that's not gonna get you anywhere in the world. Like, you have to be smart. You have to be some kind of like a good worker or something. These people, like stupid. And I'm like, y'all were all looking to Patrick, and I'm like, he's not even that smart either. And then Lana was like, "Oh, I have system malfunction," blah. But she was really testing them, and I'm like, "You bitches are so dumb."
Like,
I'd
how
be
the
like,
fuck,
"Bro,
like, what, how would you not realize that that's what's going on? Yeah, that show to me, I don't understand it, because I feel like, I, one, I feel like legally they can't sign on to another show and it really be the Love I or the Too Hot to Handle. You know what I mean? So I feel like they have to kind of know. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you can't know. I feel like legally,
I guess," but they
there's
could
some
be
issues
like,
there.
this is going to be a new TV show. We're trying it out. Like, y'all come out and try it with us, like, whatever, for free. Like, you'll get to come to this island. You can do this, you can do that. I don't know. I have no idea, bitch. I'm just telling you what I think. Because I'm like, why would you come on this show if you know what it's about? Like, why would you
Yeah.
do that? Because that's kind of
Yeah.
stupid. Because, like, you're already horny and you're like, let's fuck. And then you can't. So,
Yeah.
well, and then I'm also just like, I don't know. The people are stupid. I mean, they're attractive, but like also sometimes I'm like they're not that attractive. You know what I mean? Hang on, let me silence my phone. Anyway, and I'm like, I don't think that they're that attractive to be acting this way
Yeah.
and to be losing me money. I would be fighting people
Oh,
straight
fuck
up.
yeah.
I'd be like, you fuck up, and I'm about to shove this fist up your ass so hard. Like, bitch, you're not messing with my money. Like, if I was to go on a show like that, me and Robert to go, I'd be like, don't touch anybody. Rule number 1, don't touch anybody but me. Okay. And then number 2, do not fuck it up. We're gonna get this money and we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Cause like, is it like split between everybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mm.
Yeah, that's why I said it's selfish, because they're losing money out of the pot and everybody's money's going less. Like, it's just insane to me. But you also gotta think it's reality TV, so it might be scripted, some of it.
Yeah, and like that's, if you think about it, these shows that the Lachey's have like, came up with and all these things, like they're just another form of dating and getting hot people together. Like it's just another form of their dating,
I
even though
will
it's kind of
say
fucking, but
I like Love is Blind the most,
me
because they
too.
do they do put
Effort.
um more effort into like the casting, and they're
Mhm.
not all like size 0 bitches. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, no, yeah.
They're not like your well, I don't know, because the world is socially like evolving the beauty standard.
Mm.
But like, your typical model, I should say, is they don't do that. And I'm like, I really like that a lot, because all these other love shows, like you said, are these like fucking size 0 bitches who don't even have a fucking ass on them, like just
Literally.
walking around in a bikini. I'm like, girl, that's not what a lot of people look like.
Well,
I'm
and
just
then
gonna
and then they're
say.
like and then they're like, "Oh, look at the ass on her," like whatever, or like the TV show will say it, and I'm like, that's not an ass. I have seen some fabulous asses, and that is not an ass, girl.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, they look amazing and great for them, but I'm like, y'all ain't got shit. Y'all
I
can't
like
even.
some meat on my bones.
I do
Okay?
too, and I just feel like I don't know. It's just so unrealistic. And like Love is Blind is one of those ones where I'm like, okay, I really love this a lot because also they don't get to see the person. Like they're
Yeah.
just choosing because of the personality, because of the conversations that they're having. Can you deep dive into this? Can you really like find love without, seeing the person? And these people on Too Hot to Handle, like Lana's like, I'm trying to get these people to connect emotionally. But all they want to do is be physical. Those bitches should be the ones in Love is Blind. Because, like, you talking to a wall, see how that goes for you, buddy.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh my god, but
They
it's
just
just
they just act like they can't like control themselves. And I'm like, are we
yeah,
rabbits? Like you're a grown ass man, you're a grown ass woman. Like get it together. What are we doing?
exactly. Yeah. Like, for the money at least. Jesus. That's a lot of money.
Period.
You know what I could do with that much money? Even 10 grand. You know what I could do with 10 grand? A lot.
Girl,
Okay?
there's so much with 10 grand.
Ugh. But, I mean,
I hate people.
they probably also don't care because they're getting clout from the show. So, like, they could evolve to be, like, social media influencers and stuff like that. But I just, I am just happy that I'm in a relationship and I don't have to fucking go on the love shows. I mean, I wouldn't be casted because I'm not a size 0, but like be
I
on
wouldn't
love
be either.
shows. Yeah.
I wouldn't be cast
Or
either.
like dating apps or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
insane. I couldn't do it. There's no way.
I wouldn't either. And these bitches, like,
I
I
like being
don't know.
a housewife.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you not get jealous over this stuff? Like, bitch, let a bitch try to touch Rad. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's this one time, this girl, I didn't even know her. She was at a graduation party and we were there, and she would touch Rad's shoulder. And I looked at her and I was just like, you really want to come over here and do that? Like, and I'm like, what? Out of all the men here, out of all the people, you're going to be touching my man.
That's like we had a family friend who's not a family friend and I'll text you
Who it
like
is?
the name later. But
T. Ah.
I just don't want to say it on here because I don't want to cause any drama. But okay, so when me and Bradley, well, first off, everybody in my life says that like she tries to be me. Like she wanted like a Chevy Z71 for years. My mom and Daddy Joe got me an SUV. She immediately wanted her dad to buy her an SUV.
I think
And
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, and like it was just like small thing. My hair is red. She always dyed her hair blonde. She started dyeing her hair red. Um, but
Weird.
it's just like small little things that like I would do, she would do, which I mean I don't care about. Like me, I literally don't give a fuck. But like when you start talking about like my man is when I give a fuck. And
Mm-hmm.
every time, swear to God, every single fucking time we would see her, oh, I wish I had a man like Bradley. Bradley's such a great guy. You know, I'm so happy that you got such a good looking man. Like shit like that. Or like I need to find myself like somebody like Bradley. Or like I need to find myself a Bradley. Like shit like that. And I'm like,
Well,
I
I
would
think
just
that
fucking look
that's
at her.
like it depends on the person who's saying that, and also like in the context, like you got really lucky. Like I need to find somebody like that, but that's different than what she's talking
Not in
about.
that kind of context.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's what
just
I'm just saying.
so weird to me. And this is also a girl who asked me one time if I would have a threesome with her. And I was like, girl, no. Absolutely. This was like before me
Bitch,
and Brad got together. But I was like,
that's
no.
gross.
Yeah, I was like, no thanks.
Ew.
Anyway, but so like she would say shit like that, and there was one time we were at a fucking funeral. Like it wasn't like a funeral because like he really didn't want like a big funeral, you know, stuff like that. So we were sitting on the couch. It was me, her, no, her, me, and then Brad on the end of the couch. Tell me why she was looking at her fucking nudes, dude, facing this way, like towards Brad's direction, full fucking brightness. And I was just like, hey, can you like
She was
turn that
trying.
off just in case Bradley sees it? Oh, yeah, sure. Then we go out to the truck because I wanted to put some deodorant on because I was getting a little stinky. And so this girl has always been up my ass, right? So tell me when I walk to the truck, she's right next to Bradley, and I'm on the complete opposite side of the truck, and she's right fucking behind him. I was like, oh, hell no. I don't play with my man. No way. So I walk my little happy ass over there and I fucking yeet her to the side. I'm like, mm-mm. And
Period.
then we go in the back and we're sitting and it was like one of those like rectangle tables and
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting on like like here was where it goes like this. I was sitting on like this, so like the head king, whatever, and then Brad was sitting right here. She came and put herself in the middle of us,
Oh
and
fuck
was
no.
so close to Bradley. She was touching his knee. Bradley got up and like went
Ew.
inside.
Oh thank
And
God.
after that, I was just like,
Yeah,
no,
that's not the kind of friend you need around. Like,
no.
why are you trying to get up all in your man's business? Like what?
Like Bradley's not attractive to you. Sorry, I don't want to say ugly, but I really want to say ugly. But like, it wasn't nice, and I was like,
No,
no,
she was being a bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, and like the
And
nerve of people to do it right in front of you too. Like the nerve.
yeah, I'm like, you may be bigger than me, and you could win in a fight, but like I'd fucking beat the shit out of you. So steer clear, like steer in your lane. No, I don't play like that. Not with Bradley. And or like if we're in
Period.
public and a girl's like looking at him, I'd be like, like when you turn your head and like eyes wide, I'll be like staring back. He's like, why are you staring? I'm like, she won't fucking look away. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've got a ring on this hand, Brad's got a ring on the other fucking hand. Like steer clear
Yeah, leave
somewhere
us the
else.
fuck alone.
Just because like when we watch a TV show and you know how they pan on like an ass or some tits, I'm
Oh
like, damn,
yeah.
she's got a nice rack. And he's like, sometimes I wonder. I'm like, dude, the fucking tits are right there on the TV. You can't not compliment them. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be telling Rad, I'm like, oh, look how fine this bitch is. Like, look how fine. She's got an ass. She's got titties. She's got a pretty face. But then I'm like, oh, look at this one. He's like, yeah. So like yeah. And then also the guys too. Like we'll talk about. I'll be like, yeah, he's hot, and he's like, yeah, Like he's not
Yeah.
as he's not as
Not
into
with the
it.
not with the
Obviously.
guys.
Yeah, he's not as into it. But I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I can appreciate beauty, but that doesn't mean like
Yeah.
like
I want it.
I don't want none of that. You can get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not me. I tell Bradley all the time he looks like Rip from Yellowstone. And I told my mom that, and she's like, ugh, Samantha, that's so gross because now I can't think of him like that anymore. Because she used to think Rip from Yellowstone was like hot. And I said,
Oh
well, I tell
yeah.
Bradley, like, that's who he looks like. And she's like, Samantha.
I love that. He
I was
really
like,
does though. He really does.
he does. It literally looks identical. He got his hair cut, like, very similar to him one time because he was just tired of, like, the long hair. Looked exactly like the motherfucker. Exactly like
Yeah,
the motherfucker.
people are always like, Rad, you should be a model. Rad, you should be a model. And I'm like, don't fucking tell him that. Shut up. Shut up.
You're
Everybody
gonna
shut up.
grow his ego.
Yeah, like no, like I don't want him to be like yeah, I would love for him to shine and like be the center of attention, but like
Then
I
you
don't
got
want
all
him
those
to do
other
that.
girls.
Yeah. Like I don't want to have to compete, which it won't be a competition, but like,
Well,
it
that's
feels that
like
way sometimes. It's hard.
I saw like a snippet of like the Kelsey brothers podcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
they had Mrs. Jason Kelsey on there. I can't think of her name right now to
She's
save.
so beautiful.
I love
Kylie.
her. She
Kylie.
looks like you. That's what
No,
I
she
thought the first time I saw.
doesn't. She
I
is
thought
so
that.
beautiful. Oh, thank you.
So are you. Anyway,
I love
but they were talking about how like Jason Kelsey's number is like the number one selling like female jersey like to females, and he's like,
Oh
no, like
yeah.
he's like the
I
sex
watched
symbol,
this,
and
but go
she's
ahead.
like, yeah, I'm just gonna say like I'm 6 foot, almost 6 foot, and like I'll stand my ground, like that's my man.
I
I was
know. I
like, yes,
fucking love
girl.
her. Well, and also they're married. They have kids. Like she is just. I saw that episode and I fucking love her.
I just feel like
Oh,
she's such a great like person and a great
I do
like
too.
athlete's wife. Like if
Literally.
you're the wife of an athlete, I feel like you have so many things going on, but I feel like she just does it so well. Like she
Yeah,
balances life and emotions and all that stuff, and like I love her.
I
Love
do
her.
too. And I think she's so cute. I think that they're a great couple. I love that they have kids. Like, I
Oh my
don't
god, and
know.
they're
Like,
so cute.
I just love them. I like the Kelsey brothers a lot. I like that family a lot. The mom is cool too. Like, I mean, I don't know these people. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
these people at all, but like, they seem like they're a very good family. Very welcoming,
Yeah.
very just,
When I saw the clips of when they both were playing the Super Bowl and the Eagles lost, but the Chiefs won, and his mom, like went to find well, she found Travis first and then went to find Jason. And when he like embraced her, bitch, I started fucking bawling my eyes out. Like bawling my eyes out. I was like, this is so sad. Like, because it was just like he lost, but his brother won, and then he's like, go celebrate with Trav. I was just like, crying my eyes out. I was like, I can't. And the sweet mom, she just looks so cute. She looks like so fragile, and she's just like, I love you. I'm like, ah, like go away.
Samantha, you're crying just talking about it. Like, I'm
I
crying
know.
too.
It's just so sad. It was just so sad. I was like, how can you balance like your happiness for your one son and then not for the other one?
Oh my god. Well, she has to do both, but like,
I
good for
know. It's
her
just
though. Like, good
good
on
for her. Like
her.
she's fucking killing it. I love her.
But yeah, I couldn't imagine being a mom and having like two sons in the NFL and then like being at a Super Bowl game where the two are
For
playing
both
each
of
other.
them.
Yeah, and then one wins and the other doesn't. She needs to get a jersey that's split in half, and
She does.
it has oh she does she has one.
But it's like the front is the Chiefs and the back is the Eagles. So it
No,
cuts from
she needs to have it split down the middle, and then like have well no I guess that doesn't make sense.
and then she has
A
like a
jacket.
denim jacket with like it's like I think half and half like the logos on the back. But
Well, and I also
stand
love
that
that episode.
family.
Yes,
Love
and
them.
I love that episode of like I think her name is Kylie. I think that's his wife. I think that's her name. But and she was like the girls know like when I can't remember their colors. Black is for the
Black and
Jason's
green is the Eagles.
yeah, black and green. She's like the kids know when black is on the field, daddy's on the field. But they know that when red's on the field, that means that Uncle Trav is playing. And I was like I love it. Like I just love like seeing stuff like that. I'm like, oh my heart, bitch, my heart. And I was like, I don't know. Like I love babies, but like I don't really know if I want to have a baby. But I don't know. It's up to Rad. Honestly, I'll be like, I'll do it if you
It's
want
up to
it.
you too.
Well, yeah, I know, but like I'm just kind of indifferent about it. Like I'm like, yeah, I could be a mom. Like I do think that I could be a mom, but at the same time, I'm like, I could also see myself like not being a mom.
Everybody's always like, you have like such a maternal like energy about you. I'm like, what the fuck? How?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel
Like
like I
what
agree.
what does that mean? You know, like I
I
don't
just
get me
think that
wrong.
you're very like nurturing and loving and very affectionate, you know, and like
Yeah, I get
it's
that.
funny because I like okay, my friend Marissa, she's got three daughters, and I spend a lot of time with these kids. Like on Halloween, I'll go with them to trick or treat and stuff, and like we'll be at work, and the two daughters, they're little turd munches, right? And they're like arguing. They're like, oh, like one of them came up to me and was like, Faith, can I vacuum? And I said yes. And then the other one came up and said, well, I want to vacuum too. And I said, listen, you will split. You can do the table, you can do the floor. And then they started arguing, like, and I'm like, okay, if you're gonna argue about it, then neither of you gets to do it. And then Samantha was like, oh, Faith, you're gonna be such a great mom. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know about that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I know how to put those kids in their places though. I was like,
Yeah,
we don't do this
don't get me
here.
wrong. I love my niece Brandon
Oh
and Natalie's
yeah.
girl, the big girl. I think oh my god, how old is she now? Uh, I don't know. She's older, maybe like I don't know, 6 maybe. Maybe she just turned
Mm,
6. And then I love Blair. I love me some baby Blair. But I just love,
I do
all kinds of
too.
love. I
Ugh,
love it all.
I love little babies. I love little toddlers. I love kids. I do like I love them,
And
but I'm like,
relationships.
yeah, and relationships. Like I love. Like I'm just such a lover at my core that I'm just
That's
like,
why I got into wedding planning.
yeah. Well, that's why I read books, I guess.
Smut. Faith reads smut, everybody. And for those of you who don't know what smut is, look it up. I don't think we can say it on here. It's too graphic. But yeah. God.
Hey, I listen. I read some contemporary romances too, but
Yeah, whatever, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we got off track like the last half of this video, but
I
what the
don't
fuck ever.
care. It's
I don't
literally
care
a
either.
podcast. I
Oh
feel
my
like we
god,
say
what
like
I also wanted to talk about was I have been seeing girl math go around everywhere.
oh fuck, we forgot to talk about that.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
girl math.
Like my girl math, my last recent Old Navy purchase, I girl math the shit out of that because I paid off my Old Navy credit card like last
Uh-huh.
week. Free money. Credit card was the free money. So my Old Navy haul was free.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, I'm
Yeah.
confused. You
So
paid it
I
off, but
used
now it's like you're using it as a credit card again?
Yeah, so I have an Old Navy credit card. I paid off the credit card. I had like $100 left on it. I paid it off right when I ordered it. So I paid off like $125 from the credit card. So my
Mhm.
like almost $300 Old Navy purchase was only $100 because I only used
Oh.
$100 to pay off my credit card. I use Girl Math a lot with Bradley. Uh,
Like in what way?
when I talk about like wedding stuff, I'm like, okay, baby, look. So I got the stuff from Temu, but I affirmed it. So really, it's only $17 for this whole shipment of wedding shit because it's like $17 a month.
That is not at all like this. Okay, I
Yes,
don't know. Like, I don't know about my girl math. Like, I don't know about it. I don't know, like,
I will say I have always used the divide like how many times you're gonna wear the article of clothing, and that is the price a day. My friend's mom taught me that when we were like in middle school. So like say you want this shirt and it's $50. How many times do you think you're gonna wear it? 10 times? Okay, that's $5 a wear.
oh, I've never done that before.
I've always done that because if it's over like $10, I won't get it.
Yeah. Um, I just don't know, like, what, like, for me, um, I don't know what my girl math is, to be honest. Like, I don't even really know what that means, but I'm just thinking, like, what do I do that Radley, like, just doesn't get? Just, like, doesn't understand. Like, I'd rather have, like, I'd rather go buy myself a coffee in the morning than go buy myself lunch.
Yeah, girl math.
Girl math, period. Like,
Yeah,
I
literally,
would take
that's
a
how it is.
good, yeah, I would take a good cup of coffee over literally anything. Like, over any meal,
Like
I don't care.
honestly, I feel like girl math is anything you do because I've seen so many videos and it's like obscene, like obscene things, and they're like girl math. That's girl math,
Girl math,
or
that's
cash.
girl math.
If I pay anything in cash, it's free because it's not out of my bank account.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I'd be thinking, like, okay, yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too, but it's still money.
Like bitters, like we okay. So around us, we have like this local meetup where you can sell things. So I'm getting like over $200 today from bitters, and we spent like $50 on lunch yesterday. So lunch yesterday was free because I'm getting like over $200
Getting, yeah,
today.
yeah, mm-hmm, girl math, yeah.
Girl math.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what are some other stuff. Well, like what's some of the other
The
things that
cash
we
thing is my favorite because that's literally how I think about it. Like if I
literally
have
like it makes
cash,
so much sense.
it's fucking free because cash isn't logged. It's not in my bank account. If it physically does not come out of my bank account, it's free. It's
Yeah,
free.
and I mean, I normally like if I'm using cash, it's because I got it out of my tip jar, and like that didn't come out of my check, and then also like I'm just gonna go spend it on like lunch or like coffee. So
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like the cash from bitters doesn't come from like a job or anything, so it's like free money.
yeah, bitch, free money. Oh, I gotta get rid of some clothes, and I need to do laundry today. I mean, like the house is pretty clean, but I gotta do laundry today. Still.
Oh goodness. But yeah, in a relationship, I would say girl math goes hand in hand with gaslighting your partner.
Well, and I also just think like girl math too at its core is like men think so short term. Like they're thinking like what's the next toy that I can buy? What's the next thing that I can buy for
Yeah.
myself? Do you know what I mean? But like this is also girl math. This is my girl math, bitch. This is me, okay? Every time I swipe my card and I'm like, buying something, I'm
Yeah.
cataloging in my head. I know how much is in my checking. I know how much it just went down. I know about how much is in there after I spend like what, 100, $200. Like I already know like what's in there. Radley does not think about that. And I'm like, that's girl math. That's me. That's me being like, "Oh, I know exactly what the fuck am I." And I'm just thinking, swiping and thinking like, okay, how much does this leave me? Like how much does this leave me? Like whatever. And then
Yeah.
but like in a nutshell, okay, right? The men think short term. They think like, okay, what can I buy? Like what is it? Motorcycle, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
But women are thinking like, okay, I'm going to save this money up. Like, I want to get a house eventually. I want to get so and so eventually. Like, we're thinking very future. Like, Radley was like, oh, like, I want to go travel and, like, not travel, but go race. He wants to go race his dirt bike. And I'm like, okay. As soon as he tells me that, I'm thinking, okay, money to get into the race, you know, like however much it's charging for like each race. Cause he's not just going to race once, he's going to race like 3 or 4 times. So how much is
Yeah.
that? How much is a trailer that we would have to buy to like stay in? What about the dogs? What, you know, what is this going to cost overall in gas? Like, what are I'm already thinking about this. And he's like, yeah, we could do it. And I'm like, no, we couldn't, because like if not, then like if we don't have a trailer, right? That's money, you know. Then we'd have to go stay at a motel because we'd have to bring the dogs with us. I'm like, Rad, you have to think long and hard about this, baby, because like,
This is a lot of money.
yeah, like it adds up, adds up, adds
Um,
up.
and my other favorite one is tattoos. Tattoos. Because tattoos last forever. Your whole fucking life. 80 something years, right?
Yeah.
Free. They're free. You spend 2 grand on a sleeve. You divide that shit by how many days left you have to live your fucking life. It's free because it comes out to like a dollar,
Free. They're
a
free.
dollar a day, or it's like a cent a day almost. You're fucking. It's free.
I
It's
love
free.
it. I love your mind. God, I wish I could have your mind like that. Oh my god. Think everything is free is so funny. Yeah, you know what's even funnier? I'm just always like in my head, like whenever I go and get a tattoo, or like I'm thinking about it, I'm always like, oh my god, I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna want to take it off. I'm gonna want to like get it. Hi, Berkeley. Anyway, and I'm gonna want to like take it off or something. And every time I get it, I love it, and I'm like, yes, give me more. But also, girl math is this, right? I wanted to get a cartilage piercing. It's gonna be $60. And then I asked them how much my rib tattoo would be. It's just the word persevere, like whatever. They said $65, and I said, okay, give me the tattoo. I'd rather take a fucking tattoo over a piercing. Like, I don't know what you mean. For the same price, like that's a permanent ink on my body. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Like, that's
the
girl math.
cartilage, the piercing is permanent. I mean, I've had my piercings for like since I was like
Well,
14.
yeah,
No,
like yeah, it is, but
15.
to me, like the tattoo, like for me, I feel like the tattoo should be more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna get more bang for my buck.
Fuck yeah. Or like my favorite is when like you go, oh, my fucking, okay, so I have like microbladed eyebrows, right?
Uh huh.
Right? Okay. So they were like $300 when I first got them.
Oh my god.
That included the 6 week touch up, which is basically she does the whole thing again. So I
Oh.
was like, okay, so in reality, it's only like $200 for the first time, and then the touch up's 100. Okay, that's fucking work with that girl math. And then you break it down by 365 days. That's like less than $1 a day. I basically paid $1 a day to have eyebrows tattooed, and then the touch up is only $175, and that lasts a year, so it's free
Oh,
because
okay.
it's
So
less than.
this is just kind of like a few times a year that you have to do it.
Yeah, I have to get it done every
'Cause
year. Like I'm
oh,
due.
okay.
I haven't fucking scheduled it. I really need to though. But because if it goes past like a certain amount of months, I'd have to get it. Like if I went back to her, I would have to get it again, and her prices went up
Pay
to
the
like
full.
$600.
Woo!
I was
Yeah.
like, I can't girl math that.
No, you can't. You
I
can't
can't girl
justify that
math
with
six
girl
hundred
math.
dollars.
Yeah, I know. You can't. You can't justify that bitch with girl math. Yeah. I didn't know that because obviously, like, I don't. I have more hair on my eyebrows than I want to admit. But go ahead.
And I did. I girl mathed me contemplating getting lip blushing, which is basically like they tattoo your lips, because I have always felt that like the one side of my lip isn't even with like the other side. So like this side, the
Mm-hmm.
bottom's bigger than this side, and then the like Cupid's bow is bigger than this side. So I always wanted to get lip filler to like fix it so they look like more symmetrical, because I noticed in like our first video like the difference, and I was like, oh fuck, it's still there, because I thought maybe they would like grow into it. And then I was like, okay, well if I get lip filler, I would have to continue to get it done
Yeah.
and that's like a couple $100. Well, if I get lip blushing, that's only $300 for the first time, and they'll be the same shape because she'll like outline them the same. So it's like multiple $100 for like a $300 upfront payment. I'd go with the $300 upfront payment, even
Yeah.
though it's not filler. But
Yeah,
I don't
but
think I
it's still
will.
like it's still a good thing.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't think I
know,
will
like
though, because I can't pick a color to stay on my lips, and I know it's not gonna match
definitely.
my skin tone color. I mean, you can do it pretty natural, but like I love the color of my lips. I feel like they're very pink. I feel like they're very dark. And then it's like,
Yeah, they
what if I
are.
get a
They are.
color and it's not the color of my lips? Then I might be pressed about it. So I was like, I probably won't do it. My eyebrows
Yeah.
are a different story because I needed those. I needed those bitches.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're just, it's just your skin tone and your hair
Yeah.
color. Whoa. Yeah, I have the opposite
Berkeley
problem.
dropped his ball. He dropped his toy.
Yeah, I feel like this is the natural color of my lips. Like I just have aquifer on my lips. And I like the color. Aquifer. Okay. That was a good episode. I loved it. I'm digging it. That was
I
so
did too.
fun.
I felt
Oh.
like I told you I didn't like writing this shit out because I felt robotic. This I just felt like, all right, we'll just fucking go.
Yeah, but I mean, like that episode, like it was like you had to remember all the shit. So
Yeah.
and then I couldn't remember anything, and I'm like, oh god, yeah, it was a mess. But this one was much more like easy going. For
Yeah,
sure.
I like this. I like this a lot. Well, thanks for listening. This was the third episode of the Golden Goddess podcast, where we talked about relationships, our relationships, modern dating, social media,
Dating
dating
shows,
shows,
yeah.
and girl math.
Girl
Because
math. We love it.
we just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah, and we will see y'all next Friday at 4. Bye.
Peace.